Alright guys, I had laid all these packs out here for some photo ops in the fall foliage and decided, hey, while I've got these out, I'm going to take a quick minute, kind of go over what I use different size packs for, and so far what I have found works for me. Now, my experience with packs is fairly limited to these 7. We've got from, I believe the Dendrite Large is 4 liters up to the Marcor, which is a 45 liter pack. But over the years, I've used all of these pretty substantially and loaded them out for a variety of different tasks. Some have stayed that way for several months, some several years. Others have fluctuated on a regular basis depending on what need I have at the time. So we'll start up here with the Vanquest Dendrite Large. This is designed as a waist pack. I often carry it as a crossbody sling. It's nothing fancy, just a couple of pockets, and I'll do individual videos on each of these. Some of them I've already got out, but this is just a very small basic pouch. I've had it loaded out as my EDC bag. I probably carried it that way for about a year with medical, spare mags, electronics in it. Surprisingly will hold a lot. Now, I don't use it as a waist bag, I use it as a sling bag. What I like though, you can carry all of your essentials in here, and even out and about in an urban setting, it draws no attention. If you want a minimalist hiking kit for short trails, this will work. You can fit a 16-ounce water bottle in there pretty well, and the bare necessities. And when I say bare for hiking, it is the bare necessities, but you can kind of cram them in there. So great option, hangs great on the headrest of a truck or vehicle if you want a vehicle organizer. So just a good all-around minimalist, and what I like, low vis pack. Doesn't draw a lot of attention. Next up is currently my favorite pack. This is the HillPeople Gear medium SAR bag. Now, I do already have a full video out on it. It has become my all-around bag. I do not wear this in urban settings. It draws a lot of attention, but if I'm outside, outdoors, this is usually always on me. I wear it on a motorcycle. That's what I got it for initially, but medical, knife, phone, pistol, everything I need is pretty well in here. This goes in and out of work with me. It's a pretty well-rounded kit, very comfortable. The straps interface well with other backpack straps when you layer them. No hot spots. I'm not really for sure what the capacity size of this is. I'll look on HillPeople's website and roll that in, but a great all-around option. And again, like I said, this is a chest bag. For those not familiar, this rides on your chest, so everything is right here handy. That's what I like about it the most. This is, when I'm outdoors, the reason I like it is I keep all of my main stuff, fire starting, medical, the basics in there that I need. So if I have on one of my other packs and I set it down and I go off to explore something else, or you know, we find a cave we want to hop down in for a little bit, or we go to climb something, I've got this on me. It's pretty unobtrusive when it's on your chest, and I can set down my big pack with my other stuff and still have what I need to get me out of a bind in a pinch. I have found that maneuvering with this on is easier than a backpack. So if you're moving through brush, briars, or brambles, something like that, I found this is easier to work with than a pack on your back. Just seems to be, you can be a little bit more cognitive of where stuff is and what you need to move versus your pack constantly getting snagged and trying to unsnag it on your back. So if you're wanting just a bare minimum outdoor setup, solid option. Like I said, I'll drop the link to this video in the description. Next up, we've got the Vanquest Carbide 8. Now this was initially designed to be a sling bag only. So these straps can come off of here and you can cross it to make it a sling bag. I have done a video on this as well already when it was set up as kind of my EDC bag. It works great for that when you want a little bit more capacity than what you've got in the Dendrite. Again, it is pretty low vis. It doesn't stand out a whole lot. Now, I will say I'm not a fan of these straps, but I go over all of that in my video, so I'll roll that in. But this is an 8-liter pack. It's a really good pack. Probably fixing to set it back up right now. It has become my shooting range bag, a minimalist range bag, but I'm thinking about setting it back up as a little bit bigger urban bag. Finding myself going out with the kids a little bit more in urban settings, and I want something that's a little bit more comprehensive than what I previously had with the Dendrite. So think about going back to it. But this is a good option. This size range, 8 liters or so, works well for carrying your minimal items plus a few extras if you need to stuff a jacket in there or something like that. My current go-to pack setup is my HillPeople gear Tera Hamara with a Tough Possum Gear modified Possibles pouch. I've got a video out on it as well, an individual video, and I'll link it below. So if it's not out, I don't know what order I'll release this. I may release this video first and then this, not sure on that. But either way, this is my current day pack. This has got pretty well everything in it I need or want for day hikes. Now I don't have a full meal in here per se. I do have snacks, so really that'd be about the only thing I would add in addition. But very comfortable. HPG's yoke sit harness, very comfortable, very adjustable. I really like this. So slim, trim, quick day pack with just the essentials in here. Normally I don't do more than 4 or 5 miles at a time on a trail, so I don't need a whole lot, and this bag works great for that. This is a 16-liter bag, but it will hold a bit more than your typical 16 liters because of the way it's designed. And again, I've got the Tough Possum on here for additional storage. So really solid kit bag or setup. And typically I run the medium SAR bag and this, and that's my outdoor go-to setup. Next up, we've got the Vanquest AX18. Now, I actually won this in a giveaway that Tops Knives did several years ago. I like the pack. It is a good pack overall. I do feel you can overpack it for what the straps will handle comfort-wise. They're good straps. It's a good setup, but I do find that it can weigh on you pretty quick if you're not careful. You can overpack this. This is my daily laptop backpack, so I've got my laptop in here, my charger, and then just some odd and end stuff that I use at work and that I need for when I set up at gun and knife shows. Just little ancillary stuff. This is more of my administrative bag per se. I have hiked with it. It does work. Not my favorite, just because, like I said, by the time you put most of your hiking stuff in there for a day pack, I don't find it to be that comfortable. But this is going on 3 years of daily use and no signs of wear. Overall, it is a really solid pack. It would work good for, again, a low visibility urban bag. You can get this in the same gray as what the Dendrite and the Carbide is, or you can get it in a blue as well as this multicam black. So if you wanted something that was a little bit more urban style, a little bit bigger, that still blends in and good quality without screaming tactical, solid option here. Just watch how much you put in it. I really don't have a weight range because I've never weighed it, but I would definitely say 10 pounds or less. I don't know what it's at right now, probably about 5, and it's pretty comfortable. Now we're getting on into the bigger packs. This is the Vanquest IEX 35. Now I did specifically hunt this pack down. I like these bags because of the clamshell design, so that when you open it, you can fully lay it out and then I use packing cube organizers inside, and kind of the same thing with the Marcor. It's just a scaled up version. I use this for about a year as my day pack. Now, it's bigger than what I need for a typical day pack, hence why I scaled down to the Tera Hamara. So I cut my pack in half because this had a lot of empty space in it. With winter rolling back around, if I'm going to be doing more hiking in the wintertime, I will probably swap over back to this pack, so I've got a little bit more room for rain gear and cold weather gear in here, because it does have an excellent weight belt on it. I have done a lot of rucks with this, put in a lot of miles with this pack, at about the 25, 28 pound range. It's very comfortable at that range, very secure. You can run with it. It does not bounce. Just a good solid overall pack. It is pricey, I will say. It is pricey. Vanquest stuff is pretty pricey, but the designs are good, the organization is good, the quality is good. It's more of an investment to me, and that's kind of the same with all of them. HillPeople's not really cheap either, but again, good quality stuff, well made, good designs. So this is the 35 liter pack, and again, this will probably become kind of my extended actual sustainable day pack, and not just more of what I consider an emergency, oh shit, I need supplies bag. If I plan to actually go out for a full day at a time day, sun up to sun down, and be in the woods or on the trails, I'll probably switch over to this again, so I can carry an actual meal, a jet bowl, something like, and additional items like that. Right now, the Tera is set up more for, hey, we're gonna drive, we're gonna hike 4 or 5 miles, loop, come back to the car, we'll go back to camp and eat, hang out, and then we'll go back out again. It's not really set up for an full extended day away from camp. It's just typically not how we operate. The IBEX though, I also keep just handy for, right now it's empty, it doesn't have anything in it. So, you know, if I had an overnight trip I needed to go to, grab this, toss my stuff in there for an overnight trip, if it's a business trip, whatever. If I'm traveling, it's now kind of just in the overflow roll, but it's about the right size for the majority of tasks. The big boy is the Marcor 45. Right now it is set up for pretty well my full weekend kit. It's getting packed out as we speak right now. Georgia Bushcraft Fall Gathering is a week out, so I am going to be, as of this filming anyways, I am going to be repacking this for the Fall Gathering. Right now it's pretty well set up for that. I've got way more clothes in here than what I would normally have, but this is my plan with this, is to dial it in, and I'm still working on it, is to dial it in to be my grab and go 2-night 3-day bag for camping. I don't require a whole lot when I go camping as far as gear, so one change of clothes, my ultralight tent, food, good to go. That is the end goal with this. This is a 45 liter pack. As you can see, I've got a Tough Possum pouch again on the beaver tail of this, just for a little bit of extra storage for my cooking kit. Cold weather gear will be down here, but that's the plans with this, is to make this a grab and go 2-night 3-day minimalist kit to do the bulk of what I need to. It plus my Tera. I've been on a couple trips so far dialing that in. Between this and the Tera setup, it's covered me for a weekend with the bulk of what I've needed, and I've not really had to take a lot of extra stuff with me. So once I get that dialed in, that's my plan, is a 2-bag system for overnights. But that's kind of an overview of the packs that I own, what I use them for, and I do, like I said, I do like Vanquest and HillPeople gear quite a bit. Don't have any Mystery Ranch yet, but I'm looking into getting into them. But right now I can wholeheartedly recommend Vanquest and HillPeople gear. So if you've got any more questions, comments, suggestions, things you'd like to maybe suggest I try, or additions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe, and keep your knives sharp and your lights charged, guys. Y'all have a good one.